Stay tuned, MechWarriors, and welcome back to another episode of RogueTech, as we continue the campaigns of Rippers Rumblers, and we are currently here on the planet, and last episode, we got a bit shanked. The ROM was standing tall against incoming forces, and then an enemy, Mr. Sappy, managed to come up right behind us and nailed us right in the back, so it's out of the fight for the next 5 days, which is kind of sad, because we have a brand new weapon mount that I want to put on it for its silver bullet cost. But enough about that. We are 6 days until the end of the month, and while we do have enough cash for it, I'd like to get a little bit more, so we're going to be doing the mopping up. After a recent skirmish with our forces, the surviving units of Illyrian Lance escaped the battlefield. We believe they've managed to partially repair their mechs, and that means they're a loose end that the planetary government would like to see tied off permanently. Track down these survivors and finish them for good. So this is going to be a 2.5 skull mission. We're going to take it for maximum cash. That's because it only offered 2 of 9 maximum salvage, so instead we decided to go for the 1.1869 million Seabills, because millions of Seabills are always a lot of fun. We're not doing the normal Lance, because as you know, ROM is currently offline, as is the normal Centurion, so we had to bring in a couple of pinch hitters on this one. And for that, we managed to bring Hammer in Mr. Stabby right in the front with his dapper little hat and his little shank off on the side, although I suppose it should be more of a cutlass, shouldn't it? Considering he's kind of like a pirate. And then also we have Witness rocking the Exodus. Mind he doesn't normally go into, Witness in the Exodus, no, Witness in the Enforcer. See, that's how much my brain is triggered for it, because normally Exodus rides his Enforcer, but he's recently upgraded to a Beamer Shadowhawk, and then Ripper is rocking the Missile Shadowhawk. Still haven't quite come up with 100% names on that. I have been asking for suggestions, although I am batch recording these a little bit tightly together, so I haven't really seen anything because the episode hasn't gone up yet. So let us set off into, well, the territory to hopefully find the enemy units and annihilate them with all due speed. One random piece of salvage probably is going to end up being a heat sink or a medium laser or something like that. So that doesn't really matter, but it's the Seabills that are making me excited. So let's go sprinting on forward and go see if we can't find the enemy, although it does make it very difficult to find people on turn 1 unless you walk right on top of them. So let's continue moving forward. The Enforcer sort of following up a little bit slower than most of our other mechs, but he is one of our oldest. By the way, you may have noticed the evil deadly skull on Ripper. He is indeed a warlord now, so he will have the ability to immediately shed all of his heat and just go nuts on things, which, you know, is a lot of fun. So let us continue to sprint on forward. I don't want to get Mr. Stabby too far in. He is, after all, only a commando, so it'd be kind of a bad day if he managed to do exactly what I just did. So we're squaring off against a Kintaro. I love Kintaros. They're really cool mechs. A Stinger, doesn't really care about that, and a Wolverine. There should be a 4th mech out here somewhere. I'm going to assume it's somewhere down there. So wow, he's got decent information on everybody. So the Kintaro is, as you would expect, just loaded to the gills with SRMs. He's got 20 SRMs that he's going to be launching at people, as well as his Narc launcher, which is currently set to beacon, and a couple of medium laser pluses, but he is kind of dented. Then we also have got this Wolverine. He's packing an SRM6 large laser mediums. Okay, you're not too dangerous. And you are, of course, a Stinger. Cool thing about version 0.999, Stingers have their own model, which is awesome. We're no longer dealing with Stingers and Wasps being tiny little Black Knights and tiny little, what's the other one? Vindicators. Alright, so we got a tag off. Luckily, we've managed to mark him for death, and hopefully we'll be able to actually get within range. There is a shot we can make. It's going to be ultra long, probably only with... Oh, actually, it's with the MRMs, so... Ah, what the heck, open fire. I'm hoping it's only going to be a single lance, so burn through the ammo as much as you can, because that way you'll be a little bit safer. He take a smattering of hitting, but he doesn't have exactly the best armor, we've noticed. They're quite badly dented, to be completely honest with things. So he's probably not having the best day ever. If I were to sit here, 48s. If I were to go a little bit closer, 35s. So we are, of course, going to sit at maximum range and use our ER large lasers in the way that they intended. Miss and miss. Well, no, miss and a hit. Good, lovely. Alright, so the ER large lasers doing the long-range sniping game, which, well, the Enforcer really does need to do. It's not really designed to get up in your face anymore. We've kind of left it somewhat behind on that one. Of course we're going to take the shot up here. I assume it's going to be a 60. We'll take the 55. It's 3 shots. You may as well rock and roll with it. 1 hit. 2 hits. Okay, lovely. So, scattering of damage all over Kintaro. Hopefully we're going to make his day absolutely terrible. And if we continue the pressure onto him, he may die. And the Wolverine leaping all over the place, opening fire with his large laser. Not able to hit us because Mr. Stabby is incredibly nimble, has void stealth armor, and you just jumped. So your accuracy when you jump kind of goes to hell. Because I don't believe there's anything like hopping jack or jumping jack in this game. Those are two tabletop BattleTech abilities that reduce the penalty for leaping So they're quite fun if you get them in the right mech. And what are you going to do? Stinger's going to open fire. Only a single medium laser. He's got 2 of them, and medium lasers only generate 10 heat, so he may as well fire both of them. It's not like he's going to generate any more than that, even with a jump. Leaping off over to the side, he is now certainly in range of Mr. Stabby, but Mr. Stabby has more important targets. He's going to go after, back here, 89% on a Kintaro, because if I can ruin your day, I may be able to save everybody else's. That's not great. Okay, so we got a full-on miss right there, so that's not wonderful. We did manage to tag him again, so this is the world's most tagged dude out there at this point. Lots of weapons can shoot, but can I get more? Do I have any equipment on board? I do not. So let's keep stomping forward, I suppose. Or I could go kind of after him, but he jumped, so he'd be a little bit of a difficult shot to make. Also, he's sort of hidden in every single angle I can find. This may actually be the best angle to go from, and it's a terrible shot, but I may as well take it, you know? Because it's not exactly like we're going to be building a ridiculous amount of heat. So keep peppering the Kintaro, or, you know, not touching it as the case may be. We tagged him again. Wow, he's been tagged like 4 times. This is getting moderately ridiculous. Other Shadowhawk is going to move forward. We will work together on this one. And this time I think it's time to light things up a little bit. That's a terrible chance to hit, so we may as well cool that off. Blaze away! Oh wait, no, you're the Stinger. Shoot, you're the wrong target. Oh well, we'll deal with it. So the Stinger taking a little bit of extra early hit damage here. He now gets to understand what it's like to be fired at by lots of things. I was going to assume the Kintaro was going to shoot at other things, but no. He wants Mr. Stabby. And that hurt a lot. He is also boiling hot. So the problem with what just happened there is the fact that Mr. Stabby is very nimble and very able to avoid damage. Unfortunately, Mr. Stabby does not exactly have a ton of armor, so even light damage from SRMs can be very painful, as we've demonstrated. Stinger managing to nail a couple of shots in there. Hopefully he will jump forward or off in this direction, because, okay, that's perfect. That'll allow me to, again, try and move behind the Kintaro and kill him. Hopefully he will not be able to destroy Mr. Stabby while we are working on the whole killing thing. Just a walk, I think, might be fine. 42%, yeah, that's fine. That's great. Give me a Kintaro. I want him dead. Oh, managed to get a penetrating hit right on the CT, 20% strike. Or, no, that's a reduction in damage. And we're about to get punched by a Wolverine, which is an interesting battle we're about to find ourselves in. He managed to deal a ton of damage to our back armor, so we're going to have to deal with that in relatively short order. You rolled a 15, I rolled a 15. That's unfortunate. How did the Kintaro move first? Okay, you didn't kill me, right? I'm still alive! Your shutdown was... Unfortunately, his emergency override was successful, which is very irritating. I'd like to kill him now, please. Please die. Up here, 95. Just stab him. Make him not be there anymore, please. That'll help, kind of. That does not help much. A little bit more plinking away, but that was not good. That was not grand. We are not happy campers whatsoever with that striker. Are you going to bounce over here, shoot me in the back? That's what I would do. I would be gunning for this. He's held on by 8 points of health. So Kintaro's got to die this turn. Otherwise, Mr. Stabby dies this turn, and nobody wants that. I'd very much like to keep my Killy Commando, because I like my light mechs with literally insane melee damage. It's wonderful to have them. And Ace Pilot bouncing over there. That's lovely. Shadowhawk's in a great position. Just line up behind him and fill him full of holes. It's too good of a shot not to take. Point blank range. Let's kill a Wolverine. Okay, lots of fire that didn't quite go quite where I wanted, but hey, come on, that's got to be enough MRMs to do something. Gyro crit, he's not having a good day. Unsteady, not wonderful. Okay, set up right here. Let's join the little beam group. Let's fry him? Oh yeah, let's fry him. He's dead. Yeah, there's no Wolverine left. It's... What are you talking about? Wolverine? Never heard of it. Alright, so that's down. We've dealt with him. The heat is critical, but that was essential. Exodus. Exodus, 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 Exodus. Altitude? Can work with that. Okay, lovely. Yes, I know. Stinger right there. Ignore the Stinger for now. I just need a whole bunch of hits on the CT if you don't mind. You kind of minded, it looks like. Memory's up. Okay, lovely. Please die. Just please, all the die, right now. Just, okay, that is Ejection. That works for me. Lovely. Very happy. And then, of course, tagging the corpse because we have to make sure that everybody knows where that is. It's a tripping hazard. You don't want to have to deal with it. So, a couple of medium lasers getting fired down on the Enforcer, but we're lucky. No end of actual touching on that one. And then he's going to ace pilot off to the side. All right, Ripper.
How's it going?
He just placed his back towards you, so clearly he's looking to commit suicide. I'm sorry, buddy. You really should have just given up instead of just giving me this opportunity to... well, turn you into nothing at this point. Goodbye. So I'm rather stunned that Mr. Stabby didn't actually take any...
Mission successful.
I can't say he didn't take any damage, because he clearly did. He didn't take any critical hits. I don't think he did. I didn't see any critical hits. I mean, his mask side was open pretty badly. That was rather terrifying. But we were within range the whole time, so we never had to use it. But that was rather terrifying. And how close that came. That came very close to being a much different mission. 1.12574 million C-bills. I could just say 1,125,740, but I'm not going to. Please tell me no penetrators. So, yeah, well, penetrators obviously, but no crits. So, that's good. That's really good, actually. So, all of this is just going to be armor and structure repair, which he does have endo and void is going to be... oh, that's going to take a while to fix, but at the end of the day, not bad. And like we thought, we got a ton of SRM ammo instead of one of the 3 Kintaro parts, which would have been really cool to have, just because I like Kintaros. They're cool mechs. And, you know, Kamei Arano drove one, and I thought that was pretty cool to have. I was a big fan of it, but now we do not have it. Well, doesn't really matter. By the time we actually get enough pieces to build a Kintaro, we will probably be on heavy mechs, or at least a mix of heavy and mediums. I like the whole Cavalry Lance style. I would like to get a couple of heavier mechs on that one, but the Cavalry Lance is just a lot of fun. It's enjoyable on many levels. So we're going to have to see what we need to do with that. Of course, Mr. Stab is probably going to be out for probably the rest of the week. I can't imagine he's coming back online anytime soon. So that's probably us done for the month. No, 5 days, 17,705. So clearly it's not that difficult to fix Mr. Stabby. Granted, there's not a whole heck of a lot of armor there. It's 2 days on the commando. So we will have a lot of this done in real short order. We will actually be able to get another mission in. I'm going to put the Hatchet Man up. We'll have the Centurion go down. We could definitely get another mission in before the end of the month, I feel. Depending on how the pilots. Stop. So we got 3 days, 2 days on the Hatchet Man. How am I looking in terms of Mech Bay? We are kind of getting up in the higher level missions, though. That is a bit of a problem. Although, there's a not particularly high level mission that is the Burden of Proof, which is an ambush convoy. It's only a 1 skull. We should be able to dart in and out and take things down. That might be the way to go. 725,000 is not a huge deal. Oh, we're sitting at a really nice amount of cash. If we go take this one for full cash, we could be looking at an Argo upgrade. Hey, I'd like to know what you've got. Okay, so we're pretty good on mech bays and combats and all that other fun stuff. Get the Zero Jeep Fool. That's always a lot of fun. Plus 3 morale, we could use it. I mean, I'd like to get our morale up over this little hump here. And plus 1 medical points is also useful. Plus 3 morale, plus 1 tech point. That's better. Gotta be honest, that's much better. 2 morale, 1 tech point. 2 morale. 2 morale, 1 tech point. 2 morale, 1 tech point. Yeah, so really it's the arcade that we probably want to grab. I mean, I suppose we could grab a major upgrade for one of the ship support systems. Structure repair doesn't really do anything for us. I mean, maybe it does. Requires a library, and this one requires the hydroponic garden. I mean, that would... yeah, all we need is this for Gamma Pod, which is ridiculously expensive and we'll probably never use it. Let's pick up the arcade. The morale boost would be huge, as well as the tech point would make things just a little bit easier. We do need to grab another level of Mech Bay. Does make death a little less likely, which would be helpful. It's not all that expensive. It's only 900,000. Right, so MechWarriors, who's asleep still? Is it all y'all? We got 2 of them ready, Bull Trap and Brother. So we need to wait at least a day for most of our pilots. 1 day. And again, check the Mech, not the Mech Bay. I don't need the Mech Bay. I need the MechWarriors. We're trying to schedule this properly.
What's up, boss?
You need a level, but I'm not going to give it to you because I want better things for you.
Good to go. Yes, boss.
Okay, it's 1 more day until the Hatchet Man, yeah? It is. One day. Leadership moment. Strolling about the hall, you collide with witnesses. Seems to be in a hurry. Our commander was... we had to just pilot on one display rank. See if he rises to the occasion. Morale increased by 1. Woo! That worked out perfectly. Alright, so we've got the last day of the month. Our Centurion is 2 days away from being worked on, unfortunately. Our other Centurion is still 9 days away. That was a painful loss on there with the normal Centurion. Let's take a burden of proof. Could this... This is against Capellan, so we could get some cool stuff here. So, Enforcer is out. Hatchet Man, he's in. The Twin Shadowhawks. Witness is gonna stay? The piloting just makes a more accurate pilot, but these two are gonna... Well, it is kind of Brothers Commando. It's a one-skull mission. Might not be the worst thing in the world. I want to keep training the A-team together, though. I don't think I'll need it, but the brace could be very... Yeah, the brace is super useful in the commando, but that piloting 7... Yeah, that piloting 7 is an additional... It's an additional evasion pip. I can't drop that. Not with a mech like this commando. It needs to be avoiding getting hit entirely. The brace after punching is great, but with this commando, it is so weak, it is so vulnerable to damage that you really can't risk that. So I'd rather have the chance of not getting touched at all, rather than more of a chance of getting touched, but taking a little bit less damage when it happens. So that's why we're moving in that direction. So hopefully it'll be the right call, because otherwise, well, that commando has demonstrated that it's very fragile. You've got to keep it in just the right spot. The burden of proof. A friend of our organization has been accused by the Capellan Confederation of illegal activities. While under this accusation, she is unable to perform her duties for the leadership. Evidence to be used in an upcoming hearing is being transported to a spaceport for safekeeping of planet. Your team is to intercept this convoy and destroy it. So 167,100 C-bills for 3 or 13 priority salvage against the Capellan Confederation. So, you know, Steiner's going to like us a little bit more, and, well, the space commies won't. But that's okay. We're all happy with that. So let's send Witness sprinting on forward, and you know what? Let's do this in style. Mask on. And watch as it repopulates just how fast we can move. Hello, we are here. Okay, so they're off over in that direction. Destroy the Capellan guards are over here. Destroy the Capellan convoy is over here. Lovely. Set that down. We'll probably set you offline for a little bit. Hatchet Man, I don't think... Oh no, he has a supercharger. So turn that sucker on. We got to get these mechs moving fast. Because we want to get them on top of the enemy before they know what hit them. I don't believe any of our other mechs are... Oh, he's got a cooling pod, but we're not going to use that. The cooling pod is for emergencies when, you know, we're super overheat and we suddenly need to shed all that heat. It doesn't quite work the way it used to, which is kind of sad on occasion, but hey, we're going to get over it. So we'll keep the Shadowhawks, the big muscle. Well, I suppose actually these two are the big muscle, the amount of just pinpoint damage they can deal. The Brawlers, what would they be? The targets, the distraction, yes, that's what they are. Got a J out your tank, dashing along at dashing speeds, please, and in line of sight. Good, lovely. You're playing by the rules. I'll be able to shut off his mask, walk him, stomp on him. That'll be great. Because I do believe you're a primary target, and that should reveal targets. Ooh, incoming fire. That's dangerous. Please don't hit me. Sleipners. Oh, that's not wonderful.
What can I do for you?
Okay, first things first. Shut off the mask. We don't want it to explode. And then I could run up here and stomp on you, or I could wait, but you know what? I am somewhat worried I won't actually hit him. So we'll do this. It's a 48% chance, so it's entirely possible we miss entirely. Which we did, which is unfortunate. We've got to kill him, and he's very quick. We did, however, tag him, which should hopefully make him just a little bit easier to kill. Let's continue the movement forward. I would have a shot here, but I'm assuming you're pretty gosh darn terrible. Let's sprint on forward, get a little bit closer. You know, the rest of the guards. Hi, I've got a lot of missiles. Your name is right on there. Of course, I'm a little bit cross-eyed, clearly, from the way that I fired all of those lasers. On the bright side, we managed to nail him with a couple of hits. Hammer, please tell me you're in range. Supercharger off, and please tell me you're in range. You still are in range. Oh, I love it. Or maybe he's not in range. There's some weird stuff going on. Okay. Alright, so yeah, he's not in range without the supercharger. We may be required to do it. Supercharger on. It's only a 5% chance of failing. So there is that. Yep, there we go. 55. Our back towards the enemy is a 67. Back towards the enemy. What is the enemy? Out of curiosity. It is a Vedette. Don't care. Urban Mech R60 is an AC 10-ish. 55 versus 61. It's a 6% increase. It's too good not to have. Over here, we're dealing with lots of stuff. Can I clear this J. Edgar off my list? It's getting somewhat irritating. No? Okay. I guess it's stuck on there for now. Sleipner, Scorpion Laser, Scorpion Laser, Scorpion. Okay, interesting problem. Yeah, I don't want to put my back towards that. I'll put my back towards an Urban Mech, though. Please do. There we go. Okay, so the first one's down. Apparently, he's not actually part of the convoy. That's unfortunate. I was really kind of hoping he'd be part of the convoy, but it must be part of the guards. So this must be the 4 unit. Yeah, I see how it is. Okay, so we may be dealing with 3 guards. So luckily, we're not going to have to deal with the convoy that is just able to blitz across the map in no time at all. They will actually have to travel. Hit the Scorpion. Lovely. He managed to hit it twice with that VSPL. That's not bad at all. And now the enemy Capellans get to move, and we'll just systematically go down the line, axing them. Lots of incoming missiles, but none of them are actually able to touch the Hatchet Man, so he's quite safe where he is. Happy to see that, although this R60 behind me is scaring me. You've got an AC-5. No, you don't. Apparently you have lasers and a machine gun. That's very odd to me, but you weren't able to do all that much damage. The Scorpion laser moving forward. We don't have... Okay, we do have a line of sight, so we will have a leapfrog. A couple of misses on the Commando. Lovely. That's exactly why we gave him Void Armor, to avoid exactly that sort of thing. Sleipner APC is right on top of us with lots of machine guns into the Commando. The Commando's moving there, and of course the Hatchet Man will axe him to death. Hopefully. Rear attack. Woohoo! Managed to miss us. Thank you. I don't want to die. Witness. Yeah, your target is back here, please. You're going to go over here for a 91%.
Right, Commander.
Surprise! I came out of nowhere, and I killed you. Lovely. So that's the first of 4 units defeated, and we also managed to ping him with our tag. So that's lovely. Don't. Seriously, don't. Were the situations reversed, they would have no qualms with annihilating you from the face of the planet. Trust me on this, I know. We can get right up here, actually, and that would allow me to basically distract everybody. This seems like a perfect plan. We'll draw all the fire in the world and keep the MRM fire just going down. We want to keep up as much as possible. You know, if you could kill it, that wouldn't be the worst thing in the world either. Unfortunately, you didn't. But I can deal with that. I can doom with that. What else we got up here? The laser and a laser. I don't want to put my back towards the guy with a large laser, but I may not have much of a choice.
Ready for orders.
Actually, how far can you reach? Oh, you can. Okay, so Exodus. Yeah, I've got a job for you. It's a critical, important job. Yes, it's going to be a spore field. Yes, you're going to make yourself more difficult to do anything, but you have got to cook this sucker. 68 or 78 goes to 61. Yeah, that's huge. I can't afford to miss that. Blast twice then. Okay, come on, do it, do it. Okay, great. All right, that works out wonderfully. That frees up Hammer to move deeper into the convoy and take things on. Keeps him a little bit safer. Now, we did make that Shadowhawk very vulnerable, but we may be able to profit from it. What are you? Scorpion LRM? Okay, I don't even care, actually, that you'll be able to shoot me because you're Scorpion with LRMs. You might have a medium laser, but at the end of the day, you're probably not going to be able to hurt me. Hello! Goodbye! Oh, that hit right on the CT. Well, not CT, the TT? Top turret? I'm not sure how you describe that. But we do have this convoy mostly in hand at this point. The guards are not going to be all that dangerous, if we're completely honest. It's a bit of a waste of all the salvage that we took, and we are too close for your LRMs. You should have switched to guns, friend. And, you know, he critted his hot-loaded and damaged everything. Wow, that's wonderful. A little bit more laser fire coming down on Ripper's Shadowhawk. Ripper's Shadowhawk, of course, standing tall and proud. Doesn't really care about all that much damage coming his way, because he's invulnerable to damage, apparently. Don't tell them I said that. They will kill him very quickly. Okay, go kill it. 99.1. I think we've got the entire convoy handled here. Wonderful. Yeah, it could be time to bug out, or we could kill everybody. I don't know about you, but I think that's a much better plan. The Vedette has a lot of armor. It would probably be a better idea just try to chew through it with the MRMs because they're very good at that. Apparently all the lasers were not interested in actually fighting the war today. I've opened them up on two sides and I don't think I killed them.
Something good.
Exodus,
Receiving you.
please finish this for me. Okay, large VS field off. That'll keep the medium lasers on. Can't just attack them once. Thank you. Just laser light show all over the place. Beautiful.
Vehicle killed.
Wunderbar. And now we take a witness and we go sprinting over. You know what? We'll just go here. It's not a big deal. Fire at him. Small laser. Hey, we got him twice. Now he's having a bad day. It's the equivalent of the Three Stooges trying to poke in somebody's eye. Managed to miss us with that, so we are being a little bit ballsy with this commando, because that is 60 damage, and that'll rip off an arm. And we tried it anyway. Hi, I can get behind you, because you, at the end of the day, are an urban mech and you're not very quick. And... adios, muchachos. Okay, I believe that'll be the entirety of the Capellan Guards on that one. So, probably should have taken that one for cash, if we're completely honest. That probably would have made us about $1 million if we had done that, and that would have paid for the arcade we're about to install. All them people are going to be playing Gauntlet Legends and Ninja Turtles all day. Ugh. How am I ever going to get them back inside their mechs again? Alrighty, let's see what is our reward for a job well done. What sort of salvage may we steal? Yeah, it was a 25% contract increase. Wow. Yeah, lots of vehicles. Single mech. That was disappointing from a victory standpoint. AC-10 is useless to me. Oh, why could you not give me an LB? Whole ton of medium lasers, whole ton of machine guns, engine core, take that, fusion cell, take that. 1.6, yeah, I don't know. Maybe for fire support mech that might not be a terrible thing. Heat sinks like you wouldn't believe. Grab that urban mech part. It's probably the most expensive thing out here. And whatever else you want to give me. LRM 10, LRM, yeah, just, that was terrible. That was a total waste of a mission. Should have taken that one for cash. I was bold and I thought, hey, clearly they're gonna give me mechs. A couple of mechs. Some light mechs. Something small and useful, but no. Single urban mech out in the middle of the jungle because that's exactly where you expect to find an urban mech, as well as a couple of tanks and trucks and, well, yeah, tanks and trucks. Not even a Shrek PPC carrier. Which that would have been actually pretty dangerous to have to fight with, but, you know, PPCs. Maybe an ER-PPC carrier? That would be nice to steal this. Although we really don't use any ER-PPCs in the moment. We're very much attached to our lasers with their innate +1 accuracy bonus. It makes them really desirable. And as well as the improved MRMs, which I'm also a big fan of at this point. Some more activity happening in areas that we're not quite involved with. I don't think I can get another mission in before the end of the month. I think we're kind of stuck on this one. Yeah, one day for all these mechs. Actually, do I have any more mechs? No, I have pilots. They're all exhausted, aren't they? 1, 2, 3. I do have 4 mechs to go. Do I have pilots for it? I do. You may as well try. Let's go see what's out there. Cease and desist to destroy base. Yeah, we could grab that one. Garrison duty is a 3-skull mission. I'm not sure I want to take that with just a scratch force of mechs. Ambush convoy. Assassinate. This will be nightmare. Really? We may just be leaving this planet here. This last mech standing, though, also for terrible salvage. Really? That's awful on so many levels. Let's go mess with the local pirates. Steal all their stuff again. Alright, you're all out. Everybody, take a step away. Okay, so we've got a hunchback, an enforcer, and a raven. And this is, of course, the reason why we're doing it. Doing the lowest level mission, because this is a scratch force if you ever saw one. We still have this. I'm not sure if I want to sell it or not. It's worth money, but... Actually, let me double check before we go on that, because the end of the month will probably trigger after I take this mission. Hi, Wolfhound, what have you got? I think I checked and you had 2 medium lasers, and that was it. And you're a 35-ton mech. You got 2 medium lasers and that's it, and it would take me 12 days and 318,000 in order to actually fix this mech. And it's a 35-ton mech. I'm good on 35-ton mechs. I don't need it anymore. So, Wolfhound, you're cool. Don't get me wrong. I think you're awesome, but goodbye. Okay, and that cheapens my cost. Gives me a little bit more cash. Paid for the arcade. Wonderful. And yeah, I think we can take this contract. So let's zip along. Cease and desist. We're going to work for Liao. And we're going to go take all his salvage that we can possibly get our hands on. Yes, I know, probably better for cash, but I always have that dream that we run into something really good, and then we can steal it, and then we feel really good about ourselves for having stolen it. But of course, that may not actually come to pass, but there's the dream, you gotta understand. You're going in the Hunchback. Actually, you need to have a little bit better gunnery if you want to go in that Hunchback. That Hunchback is gonna require all the accuracy that you can muster. Who is in... Does it matter? Majestic is the energy boat guy. Hacker is the less... So Brother is about to get an education in a mech that he's not quite used to using. So we're going to be managing to turn around a third mission today. That's pretty good. So managing to keep op tempo nice and high, exactly where we want it. So keeping the aggression flowing, making sure that the enemy is on their back, although we are bouncing between employers like it's none of his. First mission was for the planetary government. The second mission was for Steiner, and the third mission is going to be for Liao. And I can't do a bad Chinese accent. I can't do it. So we're going to have to come up with something better. Although I think we just picked like my normal-ish voice for House Liao. So we'll probably keep on that. Actually, no, I'll put on airs of some description. Quite clearly. Must. Alright. Cease and desist. We have reliable information that a remote pirate laboratory is attempting to reverse engineer sensitive Capellan technology in violation of the usage license. They have failed to respond to our cease and desist letters, and the delivery of which has been certified by Comstar. Therefore, we authorize you to execute the license termination clause upon that facility. I'm not quite sure where the hell I was going with that accent, but hey, there it is at this point. So we're going to make 198,600 C-bills, 3 or 13 priority salvage, and 1.5 skull mission with the Scratch Force piloted by the B-Team. We have no melee mech. We have a light mech, a medium mech, which is below 50... Right now, the Enforcer is 50 tons. So, this is not exactly the most amazing force we've ever fielded. Let's be honest with ourselves. But hopefully it'll work out to our advantage. 13 priority salvage is actually not terrible. Brother is in the Enforcer. Hacker is in our recon mech. By the way, any special equipment? No active components. Lovely. Alright, let's just keep it on the move. We'll keep our beacons firing. I kind of forget what's in that Raven. Do you have anything? You do not. Okay. So keep the sprint going, a nice and general slow-ish sprint. Because we don't... Oh, enemy gets to move. Enemy has moved and done something, I assume. I'm worried about turrets. But then again, I'm always worried about turrets because we don't really have anything to deal with the turrets.
You got it. Going flat out.
Yes, that's as flat out as you can go in your amazing Hunchback, which finally has his AC-20 in the shoulder, which is always fun. Hi! Ow! That hurt. That hurt lots. That hurt on levels that I didn't know could hurt, because I didn't know he was there. Majestic, can you do something about this? Hopefully? From that range, there's no way this AC... Throw it! No. It was a 59. I really had hope with that one. It seemed like a great shot, but no. That's not gonna happen. Oh god, we're gonna die. We do have a fairly decent shot with a whole bunch of other things. We got Spider, which is ignorable, a Scorpion, which is ignorable, and a Primitive Tank. Wow, it doesn't even have a name, it's just Primitive Tank. Oh, whoops, Enforcer. Whoops, I thought for a second I was moving the Raven. No, absolutely not. Mr. ER Large Laser's boring that thing out. We no longer have to deal with him. Primitive Tank is ignorable. He'll have light rifles of some description. A Spider, we might pick up a Spider and sell it. So there is that. Waiting for orders. Come around, Hacker. Not over there. I want you to sprint. Ah, there we go. That's the side shot that I'm looking for. We are going to be moving through the painful spores. Hi, I made a mistake. Oh, I can't believe I made this mistake again. For the... Please, thank you. Oh god, thank you. These turrets are very, very poorly armored, so we may be able to save ourselves just by running out into the middle of the area and blitzing them with all of our firepower. That probably is the best idea, actually. Hi, I gotta make sure these turrets don't exist. The Azula. I don't know what that is, but I know what this is, and this has gotta die. Turn off the pulse laser, keep us under heat. Wait, guys, really? That's the card you're gonna play for me. Every single medium laser missed? Wow. Somebody doesn't like me today. Alright, there's still opening fire. I'm hoping those are rockets. Those were definitely rockets. They were chaff rockets, and that's gonna suck on several levels. Going back to shit. Oh boy. Okay, so apparently we have a gentleman's agreement going on that medium lasers are not allowed to be introduced into this battle, and that it must all be fought with nothing more than larges or better.
Let's do this.
Hacker is in a great position to go annihilate people. He does not have shoot and scoot, as much as I would love him to. We're going to set up over here. Hi, I've got ER larges, and I know how to use them. Wow, I have a 33% on that turret. Are you kidding me? Kill it.
On it.
Lovely. He's on point, where we expect him to be.
That turret is gone.
Completely gone. I'm very proud of you. We have one more turret to work with, and then we've got an urban mech and a spider and a couple of tanks. And then we can burn away the buildings. Spider is moving up close and personal. Decided not to actually shoot. He doesn't actually see any reason why we should fight. How very enlightened of him. 52. 48. Yeah, I'm gonna... There once was a mech that we had that had an AC-20 that got the moniker the Spider Smasher. Oh, I am so glad to see that the spirit of it still exists. Oh, this is a melee spider. Crap. That could have been bad. Let's just take a step slightly to the side. One step this time. Medium pulse laser to on. Hi, hopefully goodbye. PSPL to, I believe, 2 will be the better option. It keeps the heat just a little bit more under control. Wow, that pulse laser was hitting nothing on that one. Unsteady? Not unsteady. Okay, we got a problem. Brother, come bail us out. It's perfect. There we go. He's got large lasers. He's going to have a fun time with this one. The heat is getting to him just a little bit. VSPLs to single shot, please. That'll help a little bit. How about this one as well? 56%. That keeps it under the heat. Just launch something at him. Anything. There we go. We got a hit. Lost his evasion. It's not useful to me because now he gets to probably move before me because he rolled a 20 on the last one. Ow! Stop shooting the Raven. The armor is getting quite thin, and we'd prefer not to lose it because it's a fun mech, and I believe it has an XL engine on board, which we don't want to explode. Is a little pulling back. Urban mech deciding to move forward, and R10. Not quite familiar with the variant, but that's fine. Hacker! Prime Minister. Sprint. Any equipment on board? No equipment on board. Ooh, unfortunate. I can't do anything about that. Well, 15. Okay, we got the spider. Never mind. We're going to do fine. It's going to be just A-okay. Go over here, take a shot. Can I get a side angle shot? I don't want to be revealed to too many people. That's always a concern whenever you're engaged in one of these battles, is you don't want to quite be seen, but you also need to see enough people to kill them. Full complement blast into him. Did get a penetration, but didn't get the kill that I'm looking for. I am so tempted to punch you. Alright, VSPL to off. Thank you. Let's barbecue him. I want to get him under the heat. I really do. Fire! Patrick materials. You passed your stability test. I'm not quite sure how. Side torso. Injury ignored. And we'll back off. Okay, that keeps us under the heat. Majestic. He's not moving. You hit him once before. Oh, yes. There's just nothing left of that mech. AC-20 passed right through him and annihilated him, as we would expect. Long-range shot. Sure, let's take it to the turret. 56, this may as well roll. Double hits, and wow, he hit everything, every single shot. Lovely job, brother. I didn't quite realize that behind that exterior of swinging an axe or shanking people, you were truly an expert, a painter with a large laser, which apparently he clearly is. His machine guns have unjammed. Oh no, we're in trouble now. We're about to come over this ridge and just annihilate everybody. And the urban mech, advancing into battle. I think he's lighted this on fire. Well, he's lit the forest on fire as well, so that's a bit of an issue. War Crimes, you are one of the better patches. Really, there hasn't been a bad patch if I stop to think about it. They've all been great patch. Oh yeah, because he's got an armor. I was like, wait a second, why didn't you take a headshot? No, he's got an armored cowl, which gives him additional armor. It's great. Hi, Urban Mech. I have an AC-20. And you do not. I don't think he does anyway. Maybe he has been shooting AC-20s, but we've completely ripped off his foot. So that's a great way to start. On your back, please. Initiative is down to 1. Brother, it's time for you to paint me a picture. Preferably with a direct line of sight, but that may not quite be possible. Especially not with, you know, the forest on fire. Maybe around here we would be passing through some painful things. Be good accuracy. How about if I sprinted? He doesn't have a lot left, does he? He doesn't. Could get behind the scorpion, but I don't really care. You know what? We're gonna do it. Through the spore cloud. It makes us harder to hit. And go for his leg. Oh, too much shooting. Too much shooting. Never mind. It was perfect. Okay, that was wonderful. He is cooking, which is a little bit concerning. Let's get out of the forest fire. It's painful on many levels. Whew, the mech is on fire. Please get it on fire. Fire everything. There we go. Scorpion's out of the fight. So we've got the Azula and... Is it just the Azula? Yeah, it's just the Azula at this point. Hey, Bullet Trap, do you want to be a hero? And just kill everything? Oh, yes. We are going to ride that line so very fine. Blasting every single shot that we have, because mainly that, because we keep blasting into the middle of nothing. A pod crit. Okay, so he had an assault pod. And our heat is high, but under control. Perfectly balanced, as all things should be. Lovely. Alright, let's see if we can't weather the storm of his fire, because he could kill us. He did not, but he could have, if he really wanted to. I'm not quite sure how we're going to deal with this moving forward. Majestic is in a perfect position to go try and kill people. He may as well. I mean, it's a 30% chance. So, 46. Lovely. Just... so majestic. I shouldn't have made that joke, but I had to. It was just too good of a joke not to make. Maybe not good, but too easy of a joke not to make, I suppose. Show me 100 health. There it is. Okay, VSP off. Medium laser off. Other medium laser off. That puts us back under the heat threshold. And then we missed twice. That's exactly what we expected. Brother is also suffering from minor heat problems. Find me 100 health building. Lovely. And VSP off. Medium laser off. That puts me under the heat threshold. Managed to miss one of those as well. So we're not doing a great job of hitting people, but we're working on it. Let's see if we can't get off fire. We do want to keep things a little bit chill, so I may as well shut off one of my medium pirates, just so we can get under the heat level. Can I kill 35 plus maybe 150 health building? I doubt it, but may as well give it a shot. Just accurate to a T. Lovely. We have to destroy 3 facility buildings, so this shouldn't be all that hard. Okay, we know we can deal pretty decent amount of damage. I don't have multi-target. That is a shame on so many levels. Kill it. Oh, I didn't turn on the VSP ult. Duh. Whoops. So we've got a whole bunch of structures up here that are very much weakened. And I can multi-target now. So this, and this, and you are B, you are A, fire away.
Confirmed.
20 damage, didn't quite kill it. But an autocannon 20 shell through your roof will definitely take you out. And bullet trap. You're going to pick a 200 health building. And yeah, I think a 200 health building might be perfect. We don't need to, though, so we may as well just make sure it works. Kill it. Oh, just all the fire. As we flatten this contract. Every last building shall fall. It all must go. Heat problems do abound, but hey, we have things under control, mostly. Just give me a shot on the last super weak building. Kill it! Wonderful. So that flattens the entire facility. That took out the facility guards. We had no penetrators, no headshots, no nothing, so we're good on that. Managed to survive pretty much everything they had to throw at us. So not bad at all, and it's just before the end of the month, too. We're not going to get all that great salvage. I mean, yeah, we're going to get some urban mech parts. We may get an urban mech, which would be interesting. I'd like to sell it before the end of the month. Because we're not going to use an urban mech. An urban mech would be ridiculous. Although I do know some companies do use them as mascots. 209,600 C-bills. No pickups for the Shadowhawk, but everybody else managed to get a pretty decent amount of work in. Although nonetheless, Shadowhawk got the most amount of experience. Yeah, 3 of those. Chaff, Cultivator, a light rifle, medium, rocket launcher, spiked wrecking ball. Armored primitive, because that's exactly what I need. Grab one of these just to sell it. Internal combustion engines, heat sinks, lots of heat sinks. Leg spike boots. Oh, thank you so much. Jump back down. I want those leg spike boots. You're giving me spiked fists. And I've already got a spiked helmet, so I'm good with that. So, hey, this ended up being great. This'll be a fantastic pickup for the, yeah, for the Hatchet Man. Oh, that's wonderful. That's just phenomenal. I'm very happy with that. I'm going to have to modify it off screen because we're going to be putting leg spike boots on it and a spiked fist, and it's going to hit like a truck. Oh, it's going to be glorious. We're going to have a great time with it. Just such a great time with it. That's my plan anyway, because I think it'll pull it off. I think we may have to pull some things off of the mech, but it's now become quite a fast mech, so pulling things off of it for long-range combat doesn't really make me feel all that bad. Assuming, of course, we have the stuff. I'm not quite certain what condition it is in. I do know it's quite limited on slots at this point, so I'm going to have to see where we're going to end up on that one. But the Hatchman definitely has a date with the Mech Lab while I tear it apart and put things back on and try and construct a monstrosity that will basically be able to rip its way through any assault mech. Alright, war activities, 11,000 for the next 3 days, so that will definitely put us out of action until the end of the month, which is, you know, tomorrow. And we didn't get any mechs out of it. Alright, let's trigger the day.
Ready to go over financials.
Yes, indeed. We are on normal payments. Is that good? Are we happy? We're happy. Lovely. Work on many mechs has been completed. We are still working 1 day on the Hatcherman, 2 days on the Raven, 1 day on the Commando. Well, we need a couple of days anyway for our Mech Warriors to be out of the hospital. 8 days on the Centurion. All right, I can do several modifications now, and we have time. So we're going to sit back and we're going to do a little bit of mech lab work because we have the time now. All right, you took an E-cooling hit, but that's fine. You're going to be okay. You're going to be just fine, buddy. Just suck it up. All right, let's modify you because there is a piece of equipment that we did recently get that I really want to put in it. It's in structure, and it is a weapon mount. Puts us 0.5 tons overweight. I think I also have a gyro for this, don't I? Oh, I have an XL gyro, which would take up more space here, which I need. Didn't I also get a light engine? I did get a light engine. 2.5 tons is mine, and we are topped off on crit space. Yeah, we're topped off on crit space. It's a bit of a problem. I could pull the heavy ferro out, but that kind of defeats the point of trying to put in more stuff. Patchwork materials comes off. That gives me 2 tons remaining. And is it... Well, I do want to make other modifications. I wanted to kind of do a little bit more with this mech, but I'm not quite sure I'm going to be able to do it at this point. Heat exchanger doesn't need. He's Gauss-based. Because I'm not really happy with the chaff rocket launcher thing that I constructed over there. Got 3 tons, which is enough for an SRM. It's really not what I'm looking for, though. So he's really kind of limited on slots, isn't he? I mean, the weapon mount absolutely is going to go on him. Other than that, there may not be anything else I can do to this mech. It is rather tightly made. I mean, I suppose I could go up on weight of the engine. But that takes some of the wind out of my sails, I'm not going to lie. Kind of sucks. Because I want to turn this mech into something more than just a silver bullet Gauss. Because that's all it is at this point. And adding the weapon mount onto it will +2 accuracy with arm-mounted weapons, plus 10% firing arc with ranged weapons, -4 melee accuracy is not a big deal in my book, because this mech does not normally hit people. So that's perfectly alright with me. So it doesn't look like it takes up any recoil, which is a bit unfortunate. Because the recoil is one of the things that I was a bit concerned about, because I wanted to take the recoil off of this thing to make sure that it wouldn't explode. Silver Bullet Gauss fires a cluster of 7 projectiles. I haven't noticed that. I've noticed that it fires 1 projectile. Maybe that's from the old thing, or maybe I just haven't seen it in the situation where it should be used. 3 tons. What can I do with 3 tons and a missile slot? Or a support slot, I suppose. Mostly melee weapons, if I'm completely honest, and that's not what we're looking to build. A missile slot. What can I do with a missile slot? T-bolt? No, I don't have the room for that. It'd be cool, but I don't. SRM-6 is what I'd love to throw in here, but I don't have the weight for it. I need 1 more ton. And I don't see what I could shave for 1 more ton. That's the big problem. A Gyro XL would take out my laser slots. Oh, I could go up to pulse lasers. Yeah, that's a thing. So if I went to medium pulses, that would give me 1 ton remaining. And I don't know what I'd spend. Oh, I'd spend the ton on a tag. Well, VSPL is 2 tons. Huh. So, where is a medium pulse laser? Do we have any? We have 3. Or I could put in 1 very large laser. By taking these out, I'd have 5 tons, which would give me enough for a large laser. With, you know, random stuff to go on with it. Just like mechs with lots of guns, that's my problem. So we pull this out. I'm fairly certain. Oh no, the large pulse would actually fit. It's just not tonnage-wise. For a large laser, a single one. I don't think that's quite... Yeah, that doesn't work. Fix that. Equipment is a weapon mount. Does put us half a ton overweight. We got 1 patchwork material. The light engine doesn't get me anywhere. I suppose bigger rocket launchers could be in order. There is always that, if I've got any. RL-15. Yeah, only takes up 1 slot, so it would just increase the tonnage from my RL-10. Streak SRM? 1.5 tons. SRM-4 would be 2 tons. So an SRM-4, that just... SRM-4 plus a long range, or plus an SRM that's about all I'd get out of it. I'm not sure that would be worth it either. Because a single SRM-4 just seems kind of pointless, doesn't it? 4 times 8 versus 6 times 10. I'd need to shoot twice. Which, to be fair, I could do. Let's try it. You know what? We may as well give it a shot. It's not like it's the wrong decision. May not be the optimal decision, but I don't think it's the wrong decision either. So we put the light engine on there. We've got 3 tons. I've got a bit of a... The patchwork materials has got to come off. Now I'm down to half a ton. Well, an SRM-4 doesn't need 100 SRM rounds. So we need... half a ton of SRM ammo is what we need. Not equipment. Weapons. Missiles, please have half tons. Please, pretty please. No. No, they do not. You're really making things difficult on me, aren't you, game? All I want to do is just try and make this mech the best mech it could possibly be. Do I have streak ammo? That would be the other question, I suppose. SRM, ammo, MRM, T-Bolt, LRM, Artemis 4. I do not have streak ammo. I have streak SRMs, but I do not have the streak SRM ammo. It's fascinating. Let's just double check. You got streaks. You got improved MRM ammo, which I'm interested in doing more with. So I'm going to buy both these because they're cheap as all heck. So if I'm looking to get more MRMs because they have proven to me to be a wonderful weapon system that I'd very much like to have. All right, SRM plus the SRM-4. 1.5 tons. I don't have enough for it. Streaks don't use normal SRMs, right? Uses streak ammo. Yeah, that's what I thought. Half a ton. Which is half a ton right here. But it requires 2 slots. So I'm 1 slot over. Removing this UAV would do it. That also leaves me 0.25 tons to do stuff with. You know what? I could probably trim 1/4 of a ton. Yeah, without too much trouble. Little bit of armor away. There we go. So we've upgraded to an SRM-4 plus a Chaff 5 launcher. We've got the UAV. We pulled out the Rocket Launcher 10, put in a weapon mount, put in a light engine. It's a better mech. And the E-cooling shall be repaired in the next 5 days. Okay, so I'm relatively pleased with that. I wanted a bigger SRM launcher on the shoulder, but that'll be fine. It's a 50-ton mech carrying a silver bullet Gauss. What are you going to expect out of it? We are asking quite a bit of this mech. So, that's fine. Now our hatchet man. Oh, I've got to really see what we've got left in this hatchman to pull out. Okay, so we do have the light AC5. So yank that sucker out. That allows us to get rid of the cast. So we've got a leg spike boot. We've got a spiked fist. We're about to anyway. So we need equipment. Spiked fist. It does fit with the combat shield. Nice. Pull it down just for the sake of my personal ordering. And a leg spiked boot. Got 5 tons remaining. Jeez. This thing is 5 tons itself. Do I have a light AC2? That's not necessarily a bad thing. I could throw on TSM. The problem with TSM is you've got to be at 45 heat or above. The heat threshold is 40 with the plus 10 heat threshold bonus, so you'd need to have some ways of controlling that, which you can. You can turn on and off heat sinks individually now, which is a pretty cool system. Do you have any cool stuff? Rangefinder is a cockpit. I have a life support available, and I have... That takes up a cockpit. So I have a life support and a life support, apparently. So I can add 2 life support systems if I can find them. Because my sensors is taken up by that. Rainmaker, fire control system, indirect fire control system. Lots of fire control systems. But what do I do with 5 tons? Well, look for it. So, light AC2. If we've got it. I think we do. So, we're basically only 1 ton. This basically only took 1 ton. 2 tons, because the case also generated a ton out of that one. 7 tons. If I could shed just another 2 tons, I could pull out this XL engine. Yeah, that would do it. Huh. I think that might be the way to go. So my idea is to rip out the XL engine, rip out this medium pulse laser. That makes my mech no longer vulnerable to losing a torso. Because at the end of the day, I would be adding in, if I've got one, and I don't know. Yeah, I do have a light AC2, but it's 20 damage. I mean, it's a lot of effort for what is basically a medium laser. I mean, that would be 5 tons for a medium laser. Or I could make this mech not vulnerable to that. And you know what? That's the better option. Now, I do have a ton remaining, so let's see if there's any sort of melee weapons I can put on here. Because we did get a couple of them. Narc launcher, FCS tag, chainsaw has to go in an arm, I believe. Yeah, it does. And I don't have any arm slots. I could put in an A-pod, but that would be kind of pointless. Compared to the tag, you're going to get more use out of the tag. Alright, so I think that's the way to go. We're losing our light autocannon 5. This does a couple of things. So what this will do is drastically increase the durability of the mech for a few reasons. One, we no longer have ammunition inside. Now, we did have a case 2 attached to that to make it so it basically couldn't explode, but there was always that risk. So we pulled out that ammunition, so that's 3 damage that we won't take from that on. And the more important thing is we pull out the XL engine, so now we could lose an entire torso, and we'd be fine. I mean, it would not matter. So I'm kind of tempted to put the spiked fist on the other side, if I'm completely honest. Oh, it's a melee hand actuator, so I have to put it on this one, because this side doesn't have a melee hand actuator. So we got a spiked fist with a combat shield and a pirate medium laser sticking out the front. A pair of leg spiked boots to go along with it. We don't have TSM on board, because I kind of don't see the point, if I'm completely honest. Like, I kind of don't see the point of TSM anymore. I don't know how to use it with the current setup I've got. I suppose there's no harm in having it in here. Like, activates above 45 heat, so if that happens, then we can rock and roll. And if not, well, then fine. I suppose that's actually not terrible. We are good on coolant. We got a warfare suite on board here. Got the gyro defense. There's no other life support I can give it. This will be a positive change. This really will. I feel very strongly that this will be a positive. Even though, you know, we're reducing the firepower. But It's going to hit like a truck. Spiked Fist is plus 20%. Each leg spike boot is another plus 5%. So 10 plus 20, so we're looking at a 30% plus another 10% for the spiked helmet. It's a 40% increase to our melee. And his melee right now is 88. And I'm not sure if that includes the hatchet. So, yeah, this ought to be interesting. This ought to be interesting a lot. That'll be ready in 2 days. And that'll give us our, not quite the final form of the Hatchet Man, but getting pretty gosh darn close. That is a tough mech right there. Terrifyingly powerful. Hatchet Man will be done in 2 days. Centurions will be done in 5 and 8 days. We're going to have to consider whether or not we're going to stay around. But that's going to do it for today's episode. I've been Tirek. If you like what you've been seeing, hit that like button and subscribe if you want to see a notification every time I post one of these videos. Press that little bell icon, leave a comment, and I will see you all in the next episode.